here with our two panelists that I will introduce momentarily. But my name is Carrie McClellan. I'm the outreach manager for ElderHelp, so I help to make sure that people know about our services, and I also help to facilitate these family caregiving webinars. So we share them on a variety of topics. So we'll be going through just a couple of slides about ElderHelp, and then I will pass it over to our friends at SDG&E. So for those of you who aren't familiar, our mission at ElderHelp is to support seniors who are still living in their own home out in the community, who want to maintain their independence, but are perhaps starting to need some additional assistance. So they look to us to have those connections to other resources, whether it's through our social workers or through our volunteers or through other community resources that we connect them to. This just gives an idea of what type of services we offer. So information and referral is something that we provide quite a bit. So it's really helpful for us to be in the up-to-date information with all of the resources that are available in our community so that we can pass those on to seniors as well as family members who might be calling us for those resources. We also make quite a few different phone calls. We have one designated program that's called Are You Okay? So we're checking in with clients and making sure that they are doing okay, and we check in with them at the same time every day, so they're expecting the call. Our Seniors A Go-Go program is where we are helping to get people to appointments and different locations. During the pandemic, we focused mostly on medical related appointments, really those essential needs, but we are looking forward to expanding that in the near future. Our care coordination program is probably our most comprehensive, where we have our social workers, but we also have a volunteer corps that is critical to us reaching more people in the community and providing services. We offer housing services and then our family caregiver support. And through these webinars, we try to offer a variety of topics so that people can know what's available. Sometimes, we're all busy and it's hard to be able to research different services and understand how everything works. So we try and bring that to you through a webinar platform so that you can have access to it when it's convenient. So we do record these webinars and we post them onto our website and our library on our family caregiver page so that you can access all of the previously recorded topics on there. We've also created online courses for family members who might be caring for a loved one at any stage. So whether they're just starting to consider what their older adult in their life might benefit from, or perhaps they're providing day-to-day care, there's information and helpful assessment tools that are available through those courses, and they're all accessible through our website, and they are all free, so we don't have any fees for that. We are very fortunate to have partnerships with both Alzheimer's San Diego and Southern Caregiver Resource Center. Both of these organizations work locally to support family caregivers in our community, as well as individuals who might be living with dementia or other chronic conditions. So we're very fortunate to be partnering with both of their organizations and trying to help get the word out to more family members. And today I'm very excited to be here with our partners with our San Diego Gas and Electric. So we at ElderHelp have been Proud Energy Solutions partners for several years now, and we are joined today with Megan Rigby and Carolyn Ortiz, who are both SDG&E outreach advisors. So I'm excited to be able to have them share some updates with us and how to avoid scams and all of the different things that are changing through SDG&E. So I'm excited to introduce them, and I will pass the baton over to you, Megan.
Thank you very much. As she mentioned, they have been partners of ours for many, many years. This partnership is beyond valuable in that we have the opportunity to talk to the community members that really will best benefit from these programs, as well as also just go over some of the new changes that have gone on in our day-to-day things like my account or summer saving tips. So we're thrilled to be here today.
And Megan, before you get started, I forgot to mention, for those who are attending, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in. We will go through those at the end of the presentation. So type them in so you don't forget about them, but we will review those and answer your questions as best we can at the end of the presentation.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that reminder. As Carrie mentioned, today we're going to be going over a variety of different topics. The main topics that we're really going to focus on today is going over some of the COVID response that SDG&E had over the past year, ways to avoid scams, payment solutions that are available to customers, as well as also residential customer assistance programs, and going over the new changes that my account has had, and then some energy saving tips as well. And then, as Carrie mentioned, at the end, we'll go over some, have some time for questions. So as we know, last year was very difficult for many people. Our community was, I was very proud of our community. We all came together, both as an SDG&E employee, but also just out in the community. I was really impressed with the way SDG&E was there for everyone. To date, we have donated over $3 million of shareholder funds to the San Diego COVID Community Respond Fund. This fund helped support local food banks, helped cover people's rents, pay utility bills, as well as also offer resources to help with people to get over that digital divide. In addition to that, SDG&E had COVID protections that they offered to our customers to help take the burden off. So over the past year, we offered flexible payment plans. We also offered the opportunity for, you know, if you're on a medical baseline program or any of our programs that need some sort of recertification, we waived that and you did not need to provide it over the past year. As well as also, we stopped all credit and collections for any past due bills. We recognize that this is still a very challenging time. So we want to make sure that we go over the current programs that are available, but also talk about the new ones that did come to fruition because of COVID. So some available programs that we'll go over in more depth is our Care and Fair program. So this is a program where you could get up to 30% off your SDG&E bill every month. We have the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP. This is a program where you could potentially get $1,000 one time to cover your SDG&E bill. We, of course, have a new program specific to COVID relief utility bills. So we'll go into a little bit more depth into that later, but essentially if you had accrued a certain amount of outstanding utility bills, this program is specific to helping pay back the outstanding utility bills over the COVID period. And then there also is the county emergency rental assistance program where these funds are to help you pay your rent and also utility bills. So as of June 30th, 2021, the emergency customer protections was lifted in that we are now going to start needing people to start providing the medical recertifications. So if you're on a program like Medical Baseline where we need some sort of doctor's note, we are going to reactivate that program in which we need people to be providing the documentation for either the care program to show income-based qualifications or the medical-based qualifications. The exciting thing is that the credit and collections aspect of credit protections or of COVID protections has now been extended to October 1st, 2021. So we will not be restarting the credit and collections for a couple more months. So we have the opportunity for people to get on payment plans to help make sure that they are prepared for when that does start happening again. As I mentioned, we have multiple different payment plan opportunities, and we have different programs that you might be eligible for. So for getting assistance, my best suggestion is talking to the call center or going onto my account to see what programs you might be eligible for. If you have the rental assistance, as I mentioned, there's a county program as well as a few other programs offered by third-party nonprofits for utility assistance. We, of course, have our program that you might be eligible for, as well as also just general programs for people to help level out their bills to make sure that the bills that they're receiving is a little bit more predictable. You know, make sure that you're not surprised by a large increase because of the heat. So there's lots of different payment plans available, and we always encourage people to go onto my account and see what they're eligible for, or to call us at our call center. So this next topic is very important. Unfortunately, over the past year, there has been a big spike in scams specific to SDG&E. Unfortunately, scammers work year-round to try to take people's good hard money, but also take advantage of these opportunities where people are really needing some extra help. So the scams that we've been hearing about fall into three categories. The first one is the phone call saying that your utility bill, you're past due, and we're going to be shutting off your power immediately. That will never happen. A real SDG&E representative would never call you and say, we're turning off your power. You will always receive a past due notice in the mail, as well as also have ample heads up that there is, you know, this outstanding utility bill. We'll also never contact a customer over the phone and have them give us their credit card information. So if you were to get a call that is saying, you know, you need to provide your credit card information, your social security number over the phone, that should be your first sign that it's perhaps a scam. The other thing that is another sign just of general scams is if they're asking you to use any sort of odd payments. So they're wanting you to use, pay them through gift card or through online currency like Bitcoin. SDG&E, of course, does not accept those for payments. So that's another sign that it might be a scam. The second way that we have seen scams increase is through emails or through apps. So they provide some sort of email saying, you know, your utility bill is past due, we're going to be shutting off your power, same thing as the phone call. And they want you to click on a link to put in your information. Again, SDG&E would never have you do that. We would have you go through the secure site of My Account, or we'd have you work with the call center representative to go through your payment options and make sure that everything is very transparent on the conversations, on the mail that you might be receiving. So you would never be caught off guard that your power is going to be shut off. Something to keep in mind is you never want to call back that number. You always want to make sure you are verifying it is in fact SDG&E by calling the number that's located on our website and through some sort of third-party verification. So if you type in Google SDG&E phone number, the number should come up as 800-411-7343. The problem with calling back the number that called you is they do sometimes have helplines that will have a call bank that will have SDG&E recordings saying if you're looking to report a power outage, so it will sound very official. So you always want to make sure that you're just calling the official SDG&E hotline to confirm that the call that you got is in fact SDG&E in origin. The third one, which isn't as common, but we have had some reports of this, is someone might come to your home unprompted, you didn't call them, there's no reason why they should be there, they're in an SDG&E uniform, and they tell you that they need to do a impromptu utility check or whatever. They are trying to find a reason to come into your home. Oftentimes, you may see that there are two people, so they're both in SDG&E uniforms, and this scam is very intricate in that one person will distract you while the other person goes into your home and will take any sort of valuables. This is a very avoidable one in that when you have someone come to your house who claims to be from SDG&E, always ask to see official identification. There's no reason why an SDG&E employee would not have their SDG&E badge. The other thing that you want to confirm is that they are in fact wearing an SDG&E uniform, as well as also arrived in an SDG&E marked van. If you have any suspicions that this may not be right, there really is no reason why they should be at your house. Again, call our helpline of 800-411-7343, and you can confirm if it is in fact SDG&E coming out to your home. So I'm now going to hand it over to my associate Carolyn, and she's going to be going over some COVID payment solutions, as well as available programs that are available to residential customers. Carolyn, I think you might be muted at the moment.
You're right. I was trying to mute me because it was so loud at my house. Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to have you all on this call. Megan, and let's get started. Next slide. So the first one I'm going to go over is Arrearage Management Payment Plan, AMP. This is a wonderful program. If you qualify for this, I really suggest you all get on this. If you have an outstanding bill, you may be, if you have outstanding bills, you may be eligible for debt forgiveness through the AMP program. After a 12-month on-time payments of your current bill, a participant's debt will be fully forgiven up to a maximum of $8,000. So this is a really good opportunity to get on this. The eligibility for this program is you must be a current SDG&E customer. You must participate in our Care or Fairer program, which we will go over in a little bit. You must be a customer for a minimum of 6 months with SDG&E, and had at least one-time payment in the last 2 years, meaning you've had to pay your bill at least one time in the last 2 years. Customers with electric service must have past due balance of 500 or more, whereas gas-only customers must have past due balance of 250. If anybody's interested in this program, please go to sdgne.com/AMP or give us a call on the number that we've been talking about, 1-800-411-7343. Thank you, and next slide. So the next program we're going to talk about is the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. This is the emergency rental and utilities. Utilities is involved in this too. Utilities Assistance Program helps eligible households in qualifying areas who have been financially impacted by COVID-19 pandemic, meaning they've had a really hard time paying utilities or rent. It provides payment assistance for renters and landlords as well who need help with rent and utilities. Applications will be accepted until funds are no longer available. We do still have a lot of funds out there, so if you are having trouble paying your bill or your utilities, please get on this and give us a call or use our website to get on this and learn more about it. For more information on this, please visit sdhcd.org or call 1-858-694-4801 to speak to a housing representative. Whereas residents in cities of Chula Vista and San Diego, please visit erapsandiego.org. And for more information on the rental and utility assistance programs. Like I said, this is a program that they have funds for now, but it could run out. So if you are having any trouble paying utilities or rent, please get on this website or give us a call. Next. So I'm going to go over a few residential customer assistance programs that could possibly help some of you out during this time or any time. So the first one we're going to talk about, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it, is the CARE program, California Alternative Rates for Energy. This is a wonderful program. It is an income qualified program where you can receive a 30% discount on your energy bill every. You do need to be qualified for this program. As you can see on the left-hand side, there's all sorts of things. The Bureau of Indian Affairs General Assistance, low income, Medicaid, National School Lunch Program, CalFresh, food stamps, Head Start, Supplement Security Income, SSI, WICS, the Women, Infants, and Children Program, and CalWorks. We are asking that if you are on any of these programs, or on the right-hand side, if you fall into the income guidelines here, you do qualify for this program. So, like I said, you will receive 30% off your bill each month if you qualify. And this restarts every 2 years. So they will send you something in the mail. So if you're on this program now and you've been on it a while, please make sure that if you get something in the mail that says, or a call, or it's on your email that says it's time to recertify for the CARE program, make sure you do it, because what will happen, it will drop off and then you will be no longer receiving this program. So one more thing, if you do not qualify for the income of it, let's say you make a little bit over or a lot over, but somebody in the household who qualifies for the programs to the left, the CalFresh, the Medicaid, you do qualify as well. Also, this is a program that's real time. So basically, if you made a lot of money yesterday and for some reason you lost your job or something happened, it's income forward. So always know that you can apply for this CARE program at any time. It's not just you have to wait till the year's done. You can do it the next day if you fall into this category. So you can get online and apply for this. You can give us a call. You can, there's all sorts of ways to get on this, but I would suggest that if you're interested in this program to look more into it, because it's a wonderful program. Next, please. So if you do not qualify for the CARE program, but you're a little off, you're like, wow, you know, I'm almost there, but not quite. We have the FARA program, the Family Electric Rate Assistance Program. This is not 30% off your bill. This you'll receive an 18% discount on your bill every month. So you do receive something, and as you can see, if a doesn't qualify for CARE, they may qualify to receive 18% off through this program. It is only offered to households of 3 or more, where CARE is 1 or more. So 3 or more has to be in the household. Same exact income guidelines as the CARE program. So I'm sorry, no, it isn't. It's a little bit more a month. So as you can see, no, 1 and 2, there's nothing. 3 is the income qualified. So it's electric only, not gas. So make sure you only have electric. This is a savings on your bill. If you qualify, you can do this like online. You can give us a call, or you can go sdg&e.com/FARA and learn more about it. So that, like I said, if you don't qualify for CARE, you possibly would qualify for this program. So the next one is a wonderful program. It's Energy Savings Assistance Program, the ESAP program. This is a no home cost upgrade. So no cost home upgrade. So what this means is somebody's going to come out to your home and they're going to assess your home, and they're going to say, let's say you live in an area that's so hot and you have that air conditioning just blaring, but yet you do not feel any relief from that heat. There's probably a reason for that. Maybe windows broken, your insulation, older homes. What this third-party contract will do will come into your home. It is income qualified, like I said, like the CARE program. They will replace and repair all sorts of things to make your home more energy efficient. Now, not everybody gets the same measures. Everybody's home is going to be different, obviously. So some homes might receive insulation, weather stripping, others replacement of appliances, new energy efficient lightings. It repairs and replaces doors and windows. It does weather stripping, and this really helps. So like I said, maybe you have the opposite in the winter where it is so cold in your home. It is probably because you need a lot of this stuff done in your home. It is a free program. It just is income qualified, but this is a free program. So you can give us a call on the number here, 1-866-597-0597, and see if you qualify for this program. Somebody will come out. It is free. They're going to ask for a little bit more documentations because they are putting a lot of money into the upgrade of these homes. You do not have to be a homeowner for this. All we need is a signature from the owner saying it's okay for us to come in here and do these measures in your home. So like I said, if anything is making your home, if you need your home more energy efficient, give us a call, research more about this because it's a great program. And if you pair this with the CARE program, you're going to see a lot of savings on your bill each month. So this is the same, the energy assistance program I was just talking about, same guidelines as the CARE program. So I went over all these, the household income and the programs you need to be on to qualify. This is all on the website as well. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, the LIHEAP program. This assists with energy bills and offsets energy costs. The HEAP it provides a direct payment to the customer's utility bill. They will help pay your bill. They will provide weatherization. It provides free energy efficiency upgrades to your home, kind of like the ESA program. They will come in and do lighting and find out why your home needs, what upgrades your home needs. It has an Energy Crisis Intervention Program, the ECIP. This provides utility bill assistance up to $1,000 per household in a crisis. So you do not, this is not an income qualified program. You do not, you know, if something comes up, God forbid, and you cannot pay your bill, they will do bill assistance up to $1,000 to households in crisis. So the person that you need to call for this would be 211. They administer this program. We work very closely with 211. So all you have to remember is to call 211 and they will help you out with this program. So the next program, this is not income qualified at all as well. It's the Medical Baseline Program, the MBL. You get more energy at a lower cost to help with medical conditions. So anything that you're plugging into your to any device you need to plug in for medical reasons, we will help you out. You can receive up to $35, not percent off your bill, but dollars each month if you are on this program. It gives you a higher baseline. So everybody starts out with a baseline. They will give you a higher baseline for customers with certain medical devices. There's a qualifying list of medical devices and conditions on SDG&E website. There is no income qualifications like I told you. This does require physicians or nurse practitioner or physician's assistant certification, where it means when you're in the office, this does need to be signed by one of these three. Like Megan was saying before, we did not require this during COVID, but it is going to start. We are going to start needing these signatures on the forms. You must renew eligibility when requested. Somebody will contact you and request that you're still on these programs, you still have these devices. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to sdgne.com/medical baseline. They will show you a lot of devices that qualify for this program. But if your device isn't on there and you go to your doctor and they sign it off and they mail it in, it's better safe than sorry. All they can do is deny it. But I would suggest that if you think you have something that might qualify, go ahead and mail it in, okay? All they're going to do is say no, but most likely it does qualify as long as it's something that is making your bill go up because of a medical device you're using. I think that's it for me right now. Or Megan, do you want to keep going?
No, I can cover the next slides.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Carolyn.
Okay.
So I mentioned a little bit earlier that I was going to be going over the changes that we had on my account as well as some summer savings. Something else I also wanted to go over, because I understand it's very confusing. I myself have struggled with it many times, is understanding how to read your bill, understand how you can review some of your usage, but also just better be in control of your monthly usage and your bill. So we're not going to go over them all of them because there are quite a bit. But the first one that's pretty important is in the top right. That's where you'll find the due date and then how much you owe. The second little dot, that's going to be a summary of your charges. So there you'll be able to see where you're spending most of your money and just how things are broken out. The fourth one, which is pretty exciting, this is a great way to look at the usage that you had this month compared to previous months. So you'll be able to see if you were really increasing your air conditioning this month and you're paying a lot more. You're able to know where you could perhaps save energy usage in the following months. For gas customers, number 6 is where you'll see the allowance meeting or allowance that you are given for gas usage. You'll also be able to see your rate information. Number 8, this is always a very positive thing to be aware of. It's the different payment options. So there's multiple different ways that you can pay your bill. You can do it by check, in person. Of course, now in this digital age, there's the option to do it online through My Account. We also have a SDG&E app that you can use, and it just goes over the different ways that you can pay your bill. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay. Hey, Carrie, would you be able to move me to the next slide? Carrie, can you move me on to the next slide?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know why it's not working. All right, perfect. So sorry for the delay, everyone. So the next couple ones, this is a good way to kind of see how your energy use is being compared to those around you, so your neighbors. So for number 14, residential electric rates. This is where you'll be able to see in different tiers what you would fall into of what your energy use is. It allows you to see your usage compared to those around you. Number 15 also shows you high usage charges. So, during the summer months, we're looking to conserve some energy because there is such a high demand to cool people's houses. So on your bill, number 15, you'll see where your high usage was and different ways that you might be able to be prepared to lower it in following months. So the next really exciting thing is My Account had a bit of a upgrade over the past year. We've always had My Account, and sometimes it can be a little confusing. So something that we really tried to do this year was streamline it and make it so everything that you could possibly want to know, everything that you could possibly need will all be in one convenient location. So the first thing that we did is we tried to simplify the look of it, have new designs to make it a little bit more intuitive when you are navigating around the page. You have the option to set up monthly payments, auto pay, or to get alerts to let you know, remind you need to pay your bill. There also is a new feature where you get a snapshot of your account. So at a glance, you'll be able to see the estimate of your current bill. So halfway through the month, you'll be able to see, you've been using X amount of energy, and by the end of this month, we estimate that you might owe X amount. This is really good to help with energy savings. If you're noticing that it's getting a little bit higher than you were hoping to pay, the estimated amount, you can then make some changes for the rest of the month. There's the option to, there's lots of different resources on there to give you some tips on ways that you can save energy. Stay informed if there's any new information coming out, if we're going to be having high heat days or red flag warnings. We put out notices there to inform our customers if there's going to be any power outages. My Account is a really good resource to kind of stay in touch and stay informed. Oop. So the notification section of my account has had some really great updates. The biggest update would be that monthly estimated energy usage of report that you might be getting. So I have gone into my account, I've turned on my notifications. So halfway through the month, I'm able to see where I am, what my estimated amount is going to be, and it just helps make sure that my energy usage, but also my potential end of the month cost is something that's front and foremost on my mind, and I can continue to be a responsible energy user. I will provide Carrie some videos to share with you all that goes over all of the information, how you can go into my account, set up alerts, turn off alerts, you know, just give you a little bit more of a step-by-step on how to navigate through the updates of my account. So the next one I'm going to go over is some energy saving tips that we highly encourage, especially during the summer. The first is shift your use. So as you have probably been told in the past, we have certain times of the day where the demand on the grid is a bit higher than others. So from 4 to 9, where we really don't have any solar power being able to be put back on the grid, we ask that you avoid using heavy-duty machinery or equipment, so like your washer, your dryer, charging an electric vehicle. Because these items require so much energy, we always encourage people to do those kinds of things either early in the morning or late at night, but definitely make sure that you're avoiding using any sort of appliances between 4 to 9. Upgrading your lighting is always a very cost-effective way to manage your energy use. LED lights, they are brighter, last longer, and more energy efficient than a normal light bulb. So switching out your light bulbs to be LED is always a great way to save some money. Using small appliances, so if you are looking to cook yourself something at lunch, you know, use something like a microwave or a toaster or even a slow cooker versus putting something in the oven, because the oven does, of course, produce more heat and then also more energy. You then will need to cool your house because it will be hot. When you are doing a load of laundry, wash it in cold instead of hot. It can cut down on the energy usage, as well as also help your clothes last a little bit longer, which is always a nice thing. When you are, you know, home and you're wanting to stream a sports event or watch something, you know, we encourage during the day, or especially during 4 to 9, that you do it on a tablet or a laptop. These devices do require less energy compared to a gaming console or a very large screen TV. Carolyn mentioned a little bit earlier, weather stripping is something that is always beneficial. If you have windows that might be creating a bit of a draft, or you have a door that is not fully sealed, all of the cool air that you are putting into the house is escaping, or vice versa, all the cold air from the outside is coming in. So weather stripping is another really great way to help save energy. The final one is doing an energy audit. So we have the option to do a quick 5-minute survey to see what your energy use is, and it can give you a personalized suggestion plan on ways that you can save energy in the future. So we have now come to the question and answer session. And I believe, Carrie, are people able to unmute themselves, or are we going to have them answer the questions in a chat box?
Yeah, so we can, excuse me, do it in a couple of ways. So we did have one question that came through chat. So I'll read that, and then if anybody else wants to unmute themselves, I'll do that in just a moment. But first, I just want to say thank you so much to both you, Megan, and Carolyn for sharing all of that information. I know there's so much information, but you really helped to kind of narrow it down and guide people. So thank you for all of that. And if you do have any helpful videos, I'd be happy to include those in my follow-up emails so that people can have access to those. So definitely send them my way. Okay, so the question that came in is on the OHM hours participation. So this person says, I participate but do not really see a shift in my bill. Is it worth it?
Carolyn, do you know what?
The OHM?
Yeah.
Are you talking about from 4 to 9? You shouldn't be using electricity from 4 to 9. Is that what you're speaking of?
Maybe let me go in and I will allow.
So the way that our pricing plans or rates work is it's a few different categories. There is time of use, which is the cost of the energy that you're using. It's dependent on the time of day, not on your overall usage. There's the other one, which is just the general rate plan, where you have a baseline amount of energy that you are allowed allocated, and then on high usage days, if you were to go over that, so let's say you all of a sudden have a large concert in your backyard and your energy usage skyrockets, you are charged on how much you use instead of when you use. So depending on which program they are on, time of use, this one you have just a little bit more control over what your costs are going to be, because you're aware of what the cost of the energy is going to be depending on the hour, versus the other one. For some people, that's better. If they really aren't using a lot of energy, they are, just low energy users, that might also be a good option for them, just because their usage is a bit lower and being set into a specific price might be not a good match for them.
So I would
Okay.
also piggyback on this with Megan and say, if you think your bill is too high, maybe you should talk to somebody in the call center and find out maybe there is a better plan for you to be on. Or a really good way to maybe look at this, as Megan also talked about in my account, you can take your own energy audit on my account, and it will bring you back a little table and tell you what you're using the most of. And I did that, and it looked, mine was almost over half hot water. So there is ways of shifting, turning down your water heater. There's all different things to do. So if you can take an energy audit, that 5-minute one, it would be wonderful to find out what you're using the most.
It might also be a great opportunity to, find that you have your computer plugged in all day, you have it plugged in all night, even though you're not using it, it is still drawing power. So it's a great way to kind of find those secret little energy sucks that you just don't even think about.
That's so true. I feel like there's all of us could benefit from that. We think we're doing okay, but there's always things we can improve on.
I can admit I'm just as guilty. I have many things plugged in, and I'm, at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I have to unplug these.
Right. So those who are on, I have given you the option of unmuting yourself. So if you do have another question, please feel free to unmute and you can ask, or if you'd prefer to type it in. Hopefully we've answered your question. And while I wait for that to see if there's any other questions, I'm just going to go through the next couple of slides here. Just to let you know, we have another upcoming webinar. We're not going to have any in August, but in September, it will be around home safety. And if those of you aren't familiar, but September has a Fall Prevention Awareness Week. And so there's a lot of different things that take place throughout the entire month, kind of gearing up for that and making sure people are preventing falls. So we're going to have a guest speaker from 101 Mobility talking about neutralizing the danger zones in the home. So it'll be definitely worth tuning into. And then if you have any questions about, any of ElderHelp's programs, or if you felt like you missed something with today's webinar, definitely reach out and we're happy to help guide you. But I will send a follow-up with the information. And if it's okay with you, Megan and Carolyn, can I share a copy of the PowerPoint as well?
Yes, absolutely. We'll
Okay.
share a copy of the PowerPoint, and if you get any questions down the line, you have my email address that you're more than welcome to either share or just have questions be funneled through you.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you. So we'll stay on another minute. Does anybody have any other questions? Now's your chance.
You have a captive audience.
I know. Doesn't look like there's anything else coming in. So if there's anything that comes up after the fact, I'll definitely let you both know. But otherwise, thank you again so much for your time today and sharing all of that helpful information with us. And we really appreciate our partnership.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, of course.
Have a good